Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with yet another. We're already up to number 3 of our interesting overtures. You see, one of the reasons I like to do a bunch of them quickly when we start a new series is because that way I can make a playlist and group them in the playlist and then slowly or more gradually add to it. And so this is number 3. And this is a very interesting overture by someone some of you have heard of. I already know because we've talked about him a little teeny bit. And most of you probably have not. It is Finnish composer Erkki Melartin. Yeah, household word, right? Erkki Melartin lived from 1875 to 1937. His entire life was surrounded by that of Sibelius, and he was somewhat swallowed up by the dazzling light of Sibelius. But Melartin was not as original as Sibelius was by any stretch of the imagination, but he was a very good late Romantic composer and conductor. He championed Mahler in Finland, for example. He really had a style which you hear most clearly in his symphonies. He wrote 6 of them. They've all been recorded. They're like this stuff here that I'm going to play you. They're on Ondine. And unfortunately, at that time, the Finnish orchestras were not as good as they later became, and the sonics are kind of, not fabulous. They are good enough, and the performances are good enough to tell us that we really need serious remakes by top quality people, because there's music in there. There really is. There's real imagination. All of them are they're rather interesting works. This is a little bit different. Here you get his violin concerto, which is lovely. I mean, absolutely a beautiful late Romantic violin concerto. Nothing not to love. And this suite lyrique number 3, Impressions of Belgium. And it's beautiful music. Really, I mean, it's really a good piece. I mean, it's good, solid, meaty, romantic music, It's got flesh on its bones. But the piece I'm playing is the suite from Sleeping Beauty. Now, this is incidental music. This is not the suite from Tchaikovsky's Sleeping Beauty, although it sounds a little bit like Tchaikovsky in places. And it's not a ballet. It was a play, probably some symbolist thing, who knows. And it has 6 movements, and it begins with an overture. An overture slightly less than 5 minutes long, which is a wonderful piece of late Romantic, yearning, melodic, love and warm and passionate stuff. And that's all it is. And you'd never guess the composer, and you'd never guess who it was from the other things he wrote either. It's just good, solid, I'm flapping this around, good, solid, romantic music. And we have here, this is wonderful performance, John Storgars with the Tampere Philharmonic Orchestra and Leif Segerstam conducting. Storgars plays the violin in the violin concerto. He's since become a pretty serious conductor, actually. But in this case, we have Segerstam and Tampere doing a fabulous, fabulous recording, sonically gorgeous music. It's wonderful. So here is the overture to Erkki Melartin's Sleeping Beauty, the whole thing. Lovely, isn't it? Just rush out and download or stream or get the whole thing, and particularly get that third suite, The Impressions of Belgium, Suite Lyrique number 3. Boy, is that pretty stuff. It really is. It's just, I enjoy this disc hugely. And usually you get things by weird composers and you listen to them, you go, oh, okay, it's nice. And you don't want to take it out and listen to it again. This you'll listen to again. You really will. Good stuff. So Erkki Melartin, a name worth knowing and something to look out for. Hopefully in future generations, Ondine or some other enterprising label will redo the 6 symphonies and some of his other orchestral music, because it's just well-crafted, well-made, well-written, It's well music. It's just well. So keep on listening. Listen well. Thank you for joining me, friends. Take care.